See this built-in dash cam? It doesn't come with my BYD Seal EV. I had to buy it and install it myself. I recorded the whole process of me installing this camera, so this video is going to be a step-by-step installation guide so you can do the same. Hi everyone, welcome to another Sky Perspective video. So this is the camera I bought from Top BYD. There are lots of similar ones on AliExpress. Some have this BYD logo and some don't. The reason I chose to buy from Top BYD instead of AliExpress is because it has this BYD logo. So I'm assuming this is the original dash cam from BYD. It works very well with my BYD Seal EV. I'll show you the footage samples in the later part of this video. The package from Top BYD comes with this prying tool, which is very handy. I don't need to buy it separately. The dash cam is wrapped in this bubble wrap, and it has all these guiding pins to help it sit in the housing. So these are the two simple tools we need, the prying tool and a pair of manicure scissors. Notice the tip of this scissors is slightly bent. We are going to work in a very confined space later, so this bent sharp scissors will make it very easy to cut a cable tie tape. Okay, let's start. Step 1 will be to remove the cover of the panel behind the rear view mirror. Using the prying tool, we can pry open the cover. I like to start prying from this corner because it makes it really easy for my second hand to hold on to the opening groove after I pry an opening. So we insert about 5mm of the prying tool in and leverage it against the windscreen to pop open each spring-loaded catch. I'll show you where are the spring-loaded catch after I pop the cover off. Now slowly work your way around the sides, and there we go, the cover is off and we can see where the camera housing is at. And see this spring? This is one of the 7 springs which catch on to the top latch. So there is 1 at the center bottom and 3 on each sides. So altogether there are 7 of this catch holding on to the cover. So it looks like this after we pop out the cover. Okay, next step is to locate the blue cable that has been taped up. It's right behind the camera hole. Now remember not to touch the other parts because those are the driving assistant sensor. I think it's for the ADAS system. I'll try to zoom in a bit and show you the blue connector that we need to locate. So here it is. Now we can see this very clearly now. The end of this cable is bent backwards and there is this black tape that holds it in place. So we need to cut it off in order to free up the blue connector and connect it to the camera. So this is another shot from the other angle to see the cable from the other end. Now remember the manicure bent scissors? This is where it becomes really handy. We are going to use it to slit and cut this point in between the blue connector and the cable. And needless to say, we got to be really careful not to cut the cable. Okay, let's do it. It's going to be tight, and observe how I'm going in with the scissors pointing downwards. And then slowly cut my way down along the blue connector head. Gosh, it feels like I'm doing surgery or defusing a bomb or something. With doing such intricate work, I like to take my time, which is why I'm doing this on a Saturday morning. Now, the angle is so tight that there is no way I can get my camera in to give you a shot of what I'm cutting. And here we go. This is how it looks after we cut the tape along this line. Now all we have to do is to extend the cable out, like so. Okay, we've got the cable out and this is how it should look. The hardest bit is over. Okay, next we just need to connect up the camera and push it in. And see the shape of the connector? There is only one way we can plug it in. There is a center connector and 2 auxiliary pins beside it. I suspect those 2 auxiliary pins are the power supply. Not sure about that. By the way, this is the direction of how the camera should be fitted into the housing, with the guiding pin on the top left. So it should be on this left side of the housing, like this, and not like this upside down. Okay, let's connect it up and push it in. So it takes quite a bit of force to push it into the housing, because it's a very tight fit, which is a good thing. So firstly, I've got it into this position, and then I give it a push and tug it into place. And that's it. It's in the slot now and it's pretty tight, so it's not going to go anywhere. That's cool. Now, a word of caution. As we are pulling and tugging things around, we just got to make sure the cover is not putting pressure on any cables above. There are 2 main cables, one on the left for this camera and rain sensor, and the other one on the right for the driving assistance sensor ADAS system. So on to the last step, which is basically snap back the cover in place. And then we just got to double check that the cable are not kinked by the cover. And it's all done. So up next will be the SD card installation. I'm using this common SanDisk Ultra 32GB micro SD card. And all we need to do is to insert it into the SD card slot between the USB-C and USB-A port. And after that, the BYD Android system will recognize this as an external storage. So right now, there is currently no Dashcam app installed. All we have to do is to reboot the whole infotainment system by pressing and holding down this button. And the infotainment system will reboot itself. Now, we need to reboot twice. After rebooting the first time, the system will find and detect the newly installed camera, and this screen will appear. Function self-match successful. So I'm guessing the camera software has found the camera and matched themselves up. Okay, I'm going to reboot the second time now. And after the second reboot, the driving recorder app should appear. Look at that. So this is the live view of the dash cam. And I noticed something interesting. See these icon indicators? It's part of the recorded footage, which makes a lot of sense. This driving information indicator will light up as we turn on our lights, step on our brakes and accelerator pedals, or signal our indicator lights. All these driving information are recorded as part of the footage, so we can replay and see what's on and off at that exact point in time of the impact if there were to be an accident. If we get a third-party dashcam, we won't have all this synchronized information. That's why it's better to install this integrated BYD Dashcam instead of any third-party dashcam. Let's take a look at the other parts of the app. There is also the playback menu where we can see previous recordings, and in the settings menu, we can change the duration of each footage file. For example, we want one file to record 5 minutes before rotating to the next file. And we can remove the driving information so that it's not part of the recorded footage if we want to. Oh, and I discovered an easy way to remotely switch on the dashcam recording when we are not in the car. This dashcam will automatically start recording when we start up our BYD Seal. So I had this idea. If we were to use the BYD app on our phone to remotely switch on the climate control aircon, the car will start up. And that should trigger the dashcam to start recording, isn't it? And I tested it out. it works. So if we are far away from the car, but we want to start the dash cam to record some activities right in front of our car, we can just switch on the air conditioning, and that will kickstart the dash cam. I put in effort to share useful content on my channel. Please give it a like so it can be useful to an even wider audience. And thanks to those of you who have bought super thanks to help support my work. I really appreciate it. Okay, let's take a look at some actual dash cam footage. I'm manually stepping on the pedal as I drive on this highway, and I'm about to switch over to intelligent cruise control and watch what happened. So I've switched over to intelligent cruise control and I've released the accelerator pedal. The icon is gone when the car is in intelligent cruise control mode. The other thing I noticed is the field of view is pretty wide. The nose of this car on the left is about the same distance as the nose of my BYD Seal, like we are driving side by side. But the camera is able to pick it up. I think the field of view of this dash cam is about 170 degrees or something. I'm not exactly sure about the specs, but this is what I feel to me. This dash cam is a 1080p Full HD dash cam, and the footage is recording at 24 frames per second. So if you'd like to get yourself this specific dash cam, use the link in my description down below. Let me know in the comments down below if you are getting this dash cam and share your experience if you have already installed one. I'll see you in the next video.